to double the demand for hydrogen as well as to boost clean hydrogen production globally. And there are three key priorities and three key priority outcomes on which we seek to focus at COP28. And they are very much inspired by some of the key recommendations that were laid out by IEA in particular, fostering the development of global standard methodologies to assess the carbon footprint and greenhouse gas emissions of the different hydrogen production, conditioning and transportation pathways. And linking up to that, it's an initiative to enable and support mutual recognition of certification schemes for hydrogen and derivatives, very much recognizing that governments across geographies are already proceeding with establishing and designing their own national certification schemes for hydrogen, but how do we allow these certification schemes to talk to each other to enable that cross-border trade while ensuring that these schemes are robust, tradable, transparent and trustworthy. The second key priority, and this in particular is the priority on which we're keen to create synergies with the International Hydrogen Trade Forum, and I will talk about those in a moment, but the second priority is around unlocking cross-border trade corridors. So how do we ensure that we can match supply and demand at a global scale in the most cost-effective way, while at the same time unlocking the socio-economic benefits and the local value creation for the communities in the prospective exporting regions, in particular in emerging market economies and economies in transition. And last but certainly not least, and this is really a cross-cutting priority for the COP28 presidency, just transition. So how do we make sure that just transition truly is at the core of what we do on international trade? And how do we make sure that we allow the developing countries to fully participate in the development of the global hydrogen economy, global hydrogen ecosystems, and to ultimately boost sustainable economic growth and green industrialization. Now, to elaborate a little bit on the second priority, on the development of cross-border trade corridors and the synergies that we seek to establish with the International Hydrogen Trade Forum. So, firstly, we're pleased to be hosting the first ministerial meeting of the International Hydrogen Trade Forum at COP28. We very much look forward to convening this prime mover group of countries, the key prospective importing and exporting countries for hydrogen and derivatives, to discuss some of the key strategic priorities that they may have and how these could be advanced in the framework of the forum. Secondly, and this is very complementary to this intergovernmental discussion, is a ministerial and CEO roundtable to establish a private-public action plan with a very clear merit order of actions that need to be taken on the government side and on the industry side synchronously. So how do we synchronize action by governments and private sector, and can we identify really the merit order? So we will not be able to solve everything right now, but can we agree on key actions for the next 2 to 3 years to which we can commit? Of course, in order to pave the way for the development of these trade corridors by 2030, 2040, and all the way to mid-century. And we, as COP28 presidency, have been engaging with the industrial leaders in partnership with the Hydrogen Council and have been seeking their input on the state of play of the global hydrogen industry, as well as the outlook for the development of these prospective trade corridors in hydrogen and derivatives. And just to take a step back and for a moment look at where we are today. So we have a funnel of mature hydrogen projects, about over 1,000 right now,